With strength to serve and heart to save, she charts her path across the waves. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As India strides forward in this era of resurgence, the Amrit Kal, guided by the indomitable spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat and the vision for a brighter future, the indomitable spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat and the vision for a brighter future, I, Lieutenant Ritika Mishra, along with my co-presenter, Lieutenant Sachin Saha, extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you on this proud occasion, the commissioning ceremony of the DSC A20. First of its class, the diving support craft is a shining symbol of precision, innovation, and reliance.
Rear Admiral Uppal Kundu, Chief of Staff, दक्षिणी नौसेना कमान की ओर से आज यहाँ उपस्थित सभी विशिष्ट गणमान्य व्यक्तियों, दिग्गजों, जहाज निर्माण समुदाय के सदस्यों और मीडिया जगत के मित्रों का हम हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं।
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Rear Admiral Uppal Kundu, Chief of Staff, Southern Naval Command, we extend a warm welcome to all distinguished dignitaries, veterans, members of the shipbuilding fraternity, and friends from the media present today.
DSC A20 एक आधुनिक कैटामरन हल बोट है जिसे मेक इन इंडिया पहल के तहत टीटागढ़ रेल सिस्टम्स लिमिटेड कोलकाता द्वारा डिजाइन और निर्मित किया गया है। यह बोट गहरे समुद्र में गोताखोरी को सुविधाजनक बनाने के लिए रिकम्प्रेशन चेंबर, अंडर वाटर संचार प्रणाली, गोताखोर ट्रैकिंग प्रणाली आदि जैसे उन्नत गोताखोरी सहायता प्रणालियों से सुसज्जित है। इसका उपयोग सीसीडीटी गोताखोरों के प्रशिक्षण के लिए भी किया जाएगा, जिससे भारतीय नौसेना की शांत लेकिन महत्वपूर्ण शाखा को सशक्त बनाया जा सके। यह प्लेटफॉर्म भारत की बढ़ती औद्योगिक क्षमता और पानी के भीतर परिचालन तत्परता को मजबूत करने की दिशा में एक निर्णायक कदम का प्रतीक है। कमिश्निंग के बाद इसकी कमान लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर हेमंत सिंह चौहान संभालेंगे, जबकि लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर रोशन जॉर्ज द्वितीय कमान अधिकारी होंगे।
DSC A20 is a modern catamaran hull vessel designed and built by Titagarh Rail Systems Limited, Kolkata, under the Make in India initiative. The ship is equipped with advanced diving support systems such as recompression chamber, underwater communication system, and diver tri-kick system to facilitate deep sea diving. It will also be used for training of CCDT divers, empowering this silent yet crucial arm of the Indian Navy. This platform symbolizes India's growing maritime industrial capability and a decisive step towards strengthening underwater operational readiness. Upon commissioning, she will be commanded by Lieutenant Commander Hemant Singh Chauhan, with Lieutenant Commander Roshan George as second in command. Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to kindly take your seats as we await the commencement of the ceremony.
पचास कार्मिकों की सम्मान गार्ड कि कमान आईएनएस वेंदुरिथी के गार्ड अधिकारी 1 लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर अनुभव और गार्ड अधिकारी 2 सब लेफ्टिनेंट प्रिंस शर्मा द्वारा संभाली जा रही है। गार्ड के दाहिनी ओर भारतीय नौसेना बैंड है, जिसकी कमान शेखर घरामी मास्टर पेटी ऑफिसर सेकेंड क्लास म्यूजिशियन ने संभाली है।
The 50-man Guard of Honor is commanded by Officer of the Guard 1, Lieutenant Commander Anubhav, and Officer of the Guard 2, Sub-Lieutenant Prince Sharma from INS Vendruti. On the right side of the Guard is the Indian Naval Band under the command of Shekhar Gharami, Master Chief Petty Officer, Second Class, Musician.
देवियों और सज्जनों, मैं अब आपको आज के कार्यक्रम की रूपरेखा से अवगत कराऊंगा। मुख्य अतिथि के आगमन के बाद टीआरएसएल के कार्यकारी निदेशक सभा को संबोधित करेंगे, जिसके बाद सीडब्ल्यूपीएनए का संबोधन होगा। इसके उपरांत कमांडिंग ऑफिसर द्वारा कमिश्निंग वारंट पढ़ा जाएगा। इसके बाद मुख्य अतिथि अन्य गणमान्य व्यक्तियों के साथ कलर समारोह के बाद मुख्य अतिथि सभा को संबोधित करेंगे और जहाज की पट्टिका का अनावरण करेंगे, जिसके का आदान प्रदान होगा। इसके पश्चात गणमान्य व्यक्ति जहाज के निरीक्षण के लिए आगे बढ़ेंगे, जिसके बाद जहाज के क्वार्टर डेक पर समूह फोटोग्राफी होगी। मुख्य अतिथि मेहमानों के साथ हाई टी में शामिल होने से पहले पॉन्टून पर रखे विजिटर्स बुक पर हस्ताक्षर भी करेंगे।
Ladies and gentlemen, I will now brief you on the sequence of today's event. Following the arrival of the chief guest, the executive director will address the gathering, followed by the CWPNA. This will be followed by the reading of the commissioning warrant by the commanding officer. The chief guest, along with other dignitaries, will then proceed to the color ceremony. After the colors, the chief guest will address the gathering and unveil the ship's plaque, followed by the exchange of mementos. The dignitaries will then proceed for a walk around of the ship, after which group photography will take place on the ship's quarterdeck. The chief guest will also sign the visitor's book kept on the pontoon before joining the guests for high tea. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Rear Admiral Rajneesh Sharma, Admiral Superintendent of Yard, Kochi.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rear Admiral Rajneesh Sharma, Admiral Superintendent of Yard, Kochi, has arrived.
We are now awaiting the arrival of Surgeon Rear Admiral Sameer Kapoor, VSM, Command Medical Officer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Surgeon Rear Admiral Sameer Kapoor, VSM, Command Medical Officer, has arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Rear Admiral Vishal Bishnoi, Assistant Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rear Admiral Vishal Bishnoi, Assistant Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition, has arrived.
To the warriors of the quiet deep, whose watch the oceans ever keep, a ship now rises in their name, precision built with purpose framed. May every mission she undertakes echo the trust that courage makes. On this proud day, we launch her free, a partner in deep diving legacy.
लहरों के विजय पथ पर आज नई नौका उतरी है। नौसेना की शान में एक उज्जवल किरण सवरी है। जहां जहां यह जहाज चलेगा, भारत का मान बढ़ेगा। हर सूर्योदय के संग यह विजय का गीत कहेगा। कमिश्निंग का ये पल राष्ट्र का अभिमान है। समुद्र आज फिर भारतीय नौसेना के नाम है।
When the deep calls with mystery, this vessel sails to shape history. For divers bold who brave the blue, she is the hand that carries through. From rescue tasks to silent search, from ocean bed to coral perch, she stands prepared, strong, assured, a promise kept, a nation secured. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Rear Admiral Uppal Kundu, Chief of Staff, Southern Naval Command.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rear Admiral Uppal Kundu, Chief of Staff, Southern Naval Command, has arrived.
അമ്മയ്ക്ക് അലേർട്ടായിക്കോ പിന്നെ
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Vice Admiral Sanjay Sadhu, AVSM NM, Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Admiral Sanjay Sadhu, AVSM NM, Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition, has arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of the chief guest for today's event, Vice Admiral Sameer Saxena, AVSM NM, Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Southern Naval Command.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Admiral Sameer Saxena, AVSM NM, Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Southern Naval Command, has arrived.
The chief guest will now proceed to meet the commissioning crew of the DSC Alpha 20.
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, रियर एडमिरल उत्पल कुंडू की ओर से हम वाइस एडमिरल समीर सक्सेना, फ्लैग ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ दक्षिणी नौसेना कमान का डीएससी अल्फा 20 की कमिश्निंग समारोह में हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं। देवियों और सज्जनों, अब कृपया अपना ध्यान एलईडी स्क्रीन की ओर आकर्षित करें। प्रस्तुत है एक लघु फिल्म जो इस पोत की प्रेरणादायक यात्रा को सुंदर रूप में प्रदर्शित करती है।
From Kolkata, a city where rivers meet the sea, where commerce, courage, and craftsmanship have sailed together for centuries. Once the
अब मैं TRSL के कार्यकारी निदेशक कोमोडोर संजय देशपांडे रिटायर्ड से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे सभा को संबोधित करें।
Chief guest for the today's function, Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Southern Naval Command, Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition, Commanding Officer, DSC A20, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Today is a special day for TRSL shipbuilding, particularly as DSC A20 is the first Indian naval ship built by us is getting commissioned. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to be representing TRSL for the commissioning of DSC A20 at the very place where I was commissioned in the Indian Navy 46 years ago. That time, Naval Academy was situated in INS Vendurati. Today is also a very auspicious day for all military people as well as for our country, as today is the Vijay Divas, celebrated for our decisive victory in 1971 war, where Indian Navy has played a major role. Our company, Titagar Rail Systems Limited, has a legacy of more than 30 years. Starting from a small foundry to one of the largest frontline wagon builders in India. With our technical strength and essence of innovation, we ventured into the metros and shipbuilding few years ago. We have already executed order for Pune Metro, and our order book includes Bengaluru, Ahmedabad, Surat, Mumbai metros. We also are executing order for Vande Bharat train sets. This is as far as metro is concerned. Our shipbuilding journey at Titagar started with the very first order from Indian Navy. That order was for 2,000-ton fuel barges. Actually, they were self-propelled mini tankers specially designed for fueling Vikramaditya from other ships in harbor. We have so far delivered more than 35 vessels of various categories to various customers. They include coastal research vessel for National Institute of Ocean Technology, FPV for the Coast Guard, ROPAX for the Government of Guyana, passenger ferries for West Bengal government, Ballard Pull tugs, 25-ton, 6 in number, to Indian Navy. Indian Navy's fleet is expanding at unprecedented pace with the induction of large number of indigenously built modern warships as well as yard crafts. We are proud to have contributed towards this indigenization drive. We are now in process of expanding our shipbuilding activity by setting up a modern shipyard south of Calcutta, which will be capable of building bigger ships like naval frigates and destroyers. Apart from commercial ships, we'll start our production in the new facility early next year. With this new shipyard, we would like to be major partner to Indian Navy in their ambitious expansion plan in the future. Just to give the update on the ship getting commissioned today, DSC A20, it is designed to provide a support to naval divers for undertaking diving operations in coastal waters and is fitted with state-of-the-art diving equipment. This ship has catamaran hull for greater stability with a displacement of approximately 380 tons. I am proud to say that DSCs have been designed and built in-house at Titagarh Shipyard, Calcutta, in accordance with the naval rules and regulations of Indian Register of Shipping. The hydrodynamic analysis and model testing of the ship was undertaken at Naval Scientific and Technological Laboratory at Visakhapatnam. We faced design challenges while building these ships, where we had to make major changes in the underwater hull of the ship after initial sea trials. This resulted in some delay and additional expenditure for Titagarh. However, we succeeded in finding the innovative solution to overcome the design issues, which showcases our professionalism and commitment. I must thank Indian Navy for their unstinted support and guidance during this difficult phase. These ships are proud flag bearers now of Make in India initiative of Government of India. Today, I would like to thank Naval Headquarters and Commander-in-Chief, Southern Naval Command, for their support to make this event a historic and landmark event in the history of Titagarh Rail Systems. At the end, I congratulate Commanding Officer and the men of DSC A20 on their commissioning day and extend best wishes from Team Titagarh. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Vice Admiral Sanjay Sadhu, Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition, to address the gathering.
Vice Admiral Sameer Saxena, Flag Officer Commanding-in-Chief Southern Naval Command, Mrs. Lavoni Saxena, President Naval Southern Region, Vice Admiral MP Muralidharan, retired former CNC, Vice Admiral G. Ashok Kumar, retired former Vice Chief of the Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Rajneesh Sharma, ASY Kochi, Commodore S.R. Deshpande, retired Executive Director, Titagarh Railway Systems Limited, Rail Systems Limited, Flag Officers, Commanding Officers, Commanding Officer Designate, and crew of DSC A20, senior officers, and men of Southern Naval Command, distinguished guests, ladies in large numbers I see, and gentlemen. Good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you. At the outset, let me wish you a very happy Vijay Divas. May the armed forces of this country always emerge victorious on land, in the air, and at sea. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks yet another special day in the annals of Indian shipbuilding, and an even more special day for the Southern Naval Command as we commission the first diving support craft A20. The ship is a special platform designed for use by our command clearance diving teams. Not only this is the first such special platform being inducted into the Indian Navy with state-of-the-art equipment, it is also the first grey vessel hull being built by Titagarh Rail Systems Limited. The vessel also signifies the Indian Navy's commitment towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, as envisaged by our Honorable Prime Minister and the Government of India. We should be all proud of the fact that all 50 ships that are currently under construction in various shipyards in the country over the length and breadth are indigenously designed and being built by us. In 2025 alone, we have commissioned about 10 ships and 1 submarine, and in the coming year, that is next year, in 2026, we are targeting commissioning of 1 ship per month, which is about 12 ships in the next 1 year. The journey to this day obviously has been shaped by both achievement and adversity. Building a craft of this nature is no easy task. It demands detailed designing, precision engineering, exacting safety and quality assurance protocols, and a seamless coordination between the shipyard and the Navy. There were challenges, some expected and some not so expected, but the perseverance, determination, and synergy displayed by Titagarh Rail Systems Limited, Directorate of Ship Production, Warship Overseeing Team Kolkata, Trials Team, the ship staff itself, and the Southern Naval Command ensure that the ship is proudly standing in front of you today. It is the ability to overcome obstacles collectively that truly reflects the maturing ecosystem of the Indian shipbuilding. And it is this spirit, ladies and gentlemen, that has delivered a platform we can be proud of, a platform ready to serve, to support, and strengthen the Navy's underwater operations. DSC A20 has been meticulously designed to strengthen vital diving support functions. The vessel provides a stable platform for underwater repair and salvage operations and supports the deployment and retrieval of diving equipment at sea. It allows for the safe launch and recovery of divers and serves as a capable training platform for our naval diving teams. This project is the first of its kind, and its execution presented several technical challenges which were collectively tackled by the Navy and the shipyard through implementation of an innovative Nebula hull form design. I extend my heartiest congratulations to Titagarh Rail Systems Limited for successfully constructing and delivering the first vessel of this project. With this step, you have set the path on a prestigious road ahead of you, and I am certain that with the forthcoming deliveries of balanced vessels, you will set a very high standard and a very high benchmark for other shipyards to follow. To the captain and the spirited crew of DSC A20, I would like to say that the Navy has entrusted you with a vessel that helps our divers train better and train harder. You are not just custodians of this platform, you're the pioneers, and what you do and how you do will set the benchmark for the other crews to follow. On behalf of the Chief of the Naval Staff, I wish you all the very best in all your future endeavors, wishing you fair winds, following seas, and fathoms under the keel. I would also like to extend best wishes and also thank Vice Admiral Sameer Saxena, Flag Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Southern Naval Command, and Mrs. Laboni Saxena for having spared their valuable time and gracing this august occasion today. Historic, I must say. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Shano Varna.
Thank you, sir.
अब वह पावन घड़ी आ गई है जब डीएससी अल्फा 20 के नामद कमान अधिकारी लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर हेमंत सिंह चौहान द्वारा विधिवत रूप से कमिश्निंग वारंट पढ़ा जाएगा।
Commissioning order by the Chief of the Naval Staff. Whereas the Government of India has decided that Indian naval ship diving support craft Alpha 20 be commissioned, you are hereby directed to proceed to commission the said ship on the 16th day of 2025 or as soon thereafter as circumstances permit. Indian naval ship diving support craft Alpha 20 will be administered by the Flag Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Southern Naval Command, given under my hand this, the 16th day of December 2025. Signed, Dinesh K. Tripathi, Admiral, Chief of the Naval Staff, 2, Lieutenant Commander Hemant Singh Chauhan, 09731 Romeo.
अब मैं मुख्य अतिथि और सभी सम्मानीय अतिथियों से अनुरोध करता हूं कि कृपया कलर्स समारोह के लिए अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। देवियों और सज्जनों, कलर समारोह का बहुप्रतीक्षित क्षण अब आ गया है। यह समारोह एक ऐतिहासिक अवसर होगा जब राष्ट्रीय ध्वज, नौसेना ध्वज और कमान पताकाओं को सम्मानीय तरीके से फहराया जाएगा। वर्दी में उपस्थित सभी अधिकारियों से अनुरोध है कि जब बैंड राष्ट्रगान बजाए तो वे ध्वज की ओर सैल्यूट करें।
I would now request the audience to kindly rise for the color ceremony. All officers in uniform are requested to salute.
देवियों और सज्जनों, यह ऐतिहासिक क्षण है जब भारतीय नौसेना का नवीनतम गोताखोरी सहायता पोत अल्फा 20 औपचारिक रूप से भारतीय नौसेना में सम्मिलित हो गया है।
Ladies and gentlemen, Yard 325 is now commissioned as Indian Naval Diving Support Craft Alpha 20. I would request the audience to kindly be seated.
अब मैं वाइस एडमिरल समीर सक्सेना, फ्लैग ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ, दक्षिणी नौसेना कमान से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे सभा को संबोधित करें।
Vice Admiral Sanjay Sadhu, Controller, Warship Production and Acquisition, distinguished veterans, Commodore S.R. Deshpande, retired Executive Director, Titagarh Rail Systems Limited, Rear Admiral Uppal Kundu, Chief of Staff, Flag Officers, Commanding Officers, the Commanding Officer Designate of DSC Alpha 20, distinguished veterans, officers and sailors of the Southern Naval Command, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very happy Vijay Divas to all of us and a very good morning to all of you. Today marks a special moment in India's journey towards self-reliance in shipbuilding and is an immensely proud occasion for the Southern Naval Command as we commission Indian Naval Diving Support Craft A20. The commissioning of Diving Support Craft A20, the first of 5 ships of her class, is an important milestone in our indigenous shipbuilding program. It is the first naval vessel delivered to the Indian Navy by Titagarh Rail Systems Limited, a moment of significance both for the Indian Navy as also the shipbuilder. The growth of private sector, private shipyards such as Titagarh reflects the rising capability, ambition, and confidence in the Indian industry. Their participation has expanded competition, improved delivery timelines, infused modern manufacturing practices into the maritime ecosystem. Most importantly, it strengthens the national resilience and ensures that our maritime security remains firmly anchored in multi-source indigenous expertise. DSC A20 has been designed and built under the rules of the Indian Register for Shipping, with the majority of our systems and auxiliary equipment sourced from Indian manufacturers. Therefore, her commissioning today is not only a technological accomplishment, but is also a proud symbol of the Navy's march towards Atmanirbharta as a future-ready force aligned with our vision for 2047. In an era where global supply chains are increasingly unpredictable, self-reliance in defense is not a choice, it is a strategic imperative. In this context, over the past decade, Indian shipbuilding has witnessed steady growth in our design capability, industrial integration, and technological confidence. What began as an aspiration to build specialized naval platforms within the country has now become a reliable and repeatedly demonstrated national strength. Today, 50 naval platforms are under construction across Indian shipyards, and we are inducting a new ship almost every 40 days. As I had highlighted during the commissioning of INS Ikshak last month, our shipbuilding program is not only to strengthen our maritime capability, it is also generating employment, energizing MSMEs, and fostering innovation across the industrial landscape, thereby contributing meaningfully to nation building. In today's maritime environment, naval operations extend beneath the surface, where critical infrastructure, harbor safety, and operational readiness depends on specialized underwater capability. The induction of the diving support crafts provides a modern, dedicated platform for our naval divers to undertake inspection, maintenance, and repair of underwater assets, conduct search and recovery operations, and respond rapidly to emerging threats in our harbors and coastal waters. Equipped with advanced diving systems, decompression capability, and integrated sensors, these vessels will enhance our underwater preparedness and serve as an essential force multiplier in the Indian Navy's maritime security architecture. Over the past few years, the Indian Navy has placed renewed emphasis on developing a comprehensive and layered diving capability. The commissioning of INS Nistar, built at the Hindustan Shipyard Limited, Vizag, this year in July, marked a significant breakthrough in deep sea submarine rescue and operations. The second diving support vessel currently under construction at that same shipyard will further strengthen our vital capability by ensuring redundancy, rapid deployment, and full spectrum underwater support. Complementing these high-end strategic assets are the diving support crafts, which will form the operational backbone for diving support closer to the coast. Together, the diving support vessels and diving support crafts create a fully integrated, self-reliant, and responsive diving ecosystem from deep sea rescue to coastal operations, reflecting our Navy's clear and continued commitment to underwater preparedness. The induction of the diving support craft also supports India's wider maritime vision under Mahasagar, mutual and holistic advancement for security and growth across regions. These diving support crafts will significantly strengthen our ability to provide diving expertise, underwater maintenance, and salvage assistance to friendly nations, reinforcing India's role as the first responder and preferred security partner across the region. For the Southern Naval Command, the diving support craft represents a major step forward, advancing professional excellence in naval diving. As a purpose-built platform for realistic training standardized diving procedures, and integrated operation with modern equipment, it strengthens the learning ecosystem for our divers. It ensures officers and sailors receive hands-on exposure to contemporary diving technology, stringent safety standards, and complex underwater tasks, preparing them to support fleet operations across the Navy's wide area of responsibility. Diving Support Craft A20 is not just an operational asset, but it is a critical enabler in shaping the next generation of highly skilled naval divers. To the captain and crew of Diving Support Craft Alpha 20, I say that the Navy has entrusted you with a platform that strengthens our underwater capability and enhances operational preparedness. Therefore, I urge you to quickly complete the balanced sea acceptance trials and be operationally ready. Sailor with pride, professionalism, and purpose. Uphold the finest traditions of the Indian Navy and ensure that every operation reflects the discipline, precision, and courage that diving operations demand. At the end, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to Titagarh Rail Systems Limited, as also place on record my appreciation to the Directorate of Ship Production, the Warship Overseeing Team Kolkata, the Indian Registrar of Shipping, the ship staff, and all industry partners who have contributed to this achievement. Thank you all for your attention. Sharno Varna, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I now request Vice Admiral Sameer Saxena, Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Southern Naval Command, to kindly unveil the ship's plaque.
जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत कीजिए भारतीय गोताखोरी सहायता पोत अल्फा 20 का तथा उन सभी महिलाओं और पुरुषों का जिन्होंने इस क्षण को संभव बनाया है.
With this commissioning, India gains a new guardian dedicated to upholding the honor of the tricolor. May I now request Commodore Sanjay Deshpande, retired, to present the memento to the chief guest.
अब मैं वाइस एडमिरल संजय साधु CWPNA से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे मुख्य अतिथि को स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट करें. अब मैं वाइस एडमिरल समीर सक्सेना, फ्लैग ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ, दक्षिणी नौसेना कमान से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे कमांडिंग ऑफिसर को सिल्वर सैल्वर प्रस्तुत करें. देवियों और सज्जनों, अब मुख्य अतिथि DSC अल्फा 20 की निरीक्षण, अतिथि पुस्तिका पर हस्ताक्षर एवं समूह फोटोग्राफी के लिए जहाज की ओर प्रस्थान करेंगे। इन अविस्मरणीय क्षणों को हमारे दिलों में हमेशा के लिए अंकित करते हुए भारतीय गोताखोरी सहायता पोत अल्फा 20 की ओर से हम आप सभी का धन्यवाद करते हैं। अब मैं सभी अतिथियों से निवेदन करता हूं कि वे हाई टी के लिए अपने निर्देशित जगहों पर प्रस्थान करें।
Arrangements for high tea for captains and above have been made behind the seating area and for all other guests on the right side of the seating area facing the channel. I also request all guests to kindly leave their headgear at their designated seats. Our team is available to guide you to the designated stalls. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. Shamno Varuna, Jai Hind.
From Kolkata, a city where rivers meet the sea, where commerce, courage, and craftsmanship have sailed together for centuries. Once the nerve center of India's maritime trade, the cradle of shipbuilding on the eastern seaboard. From this rich maritime legacy